Judging photographs is a complex and subjective process because it often depends on personal taste, artistic preferences, and the context in which the photographs are being evaluated. The evaluation of a photograph can be based on technical proficiency, artistic merit, the story it tells, its emotional impact, and other criteria. Photography is a form of art, and like all other art forms, it is subjective. Different people might have different opinions about the same photograph, and that's perfect fine. It is very important that when presenting a photo for a contest, one must consider whether it meets the conditions or requirements specified in respect of the rules and guidelines of the contest. But it also ensures the photo's eligibility and a fair chance of being evaluated properly. When evaluating and judging photographs, there are no rules, but there are several factors to consider. Here are some common criteria and considerations for judging photographs. The first one is composition. A well-composed photograph often features a principal subject, and its placement within the frame is crucial. The position of the principal subject can greatly impact the composition and balance of the image. Thumb rules of composition are often followed for composing a photograph. When observing a scene, the first and most important aspect is how our eyes are attracted to specific objects or areas. Therefore, certain characteristics of those objects are of great importance. Among these, the object's tone, brightness, sharpness, size, and shape are the qualities that hold significance when capturing the viewer's gaze. Leading lines, framing, shape and sizes, details, patterns, gradations, and tones, and many more are the tools useful for composition. Second one is lighting. Lighting plays a crucial role in photography. While judging, the quality of light in the photograph is assessed, whether the light is natural or artificial, whether light is soft or hard, the intensity and direction of incident light and color of light plays a crucial role in creating mood and atmosphere in a photograph. Light creates shadows to show texture and colors of the object. Third one is that judges check the sharpness and focus of the subject. A well-focused subject should be sharp and free from blur unless intentionally for creative effect. The portrait might have a soft focus to give dreamy feel, while a landscape might be sharply focused throughout. Next one is depth of field. By controlling the depth of field, the main subject can be isolated and made stand out prominently from the background. Then, correct exposure is very important to show all details in the tones of the subject. Use various tools and techniques such as adjusting the aperture, shutter speed, and ISO settings, as well as using exposure compensation to achieve the desired exposure for a given scene helps in producing images that faithfully convey the subject's details and visual qualities. Perspective. This is very important element in photography composition that plays a crucial role in controlling the size and shape of objects and conveying a sense of depth, scale, vastness in landscape photography as well as portrait photography. Seventh is maintaining a color balance is essential to reproduce correct color rendition of objects and tones and tonal distribution also. Next is technical skill in controlling the camera settings, such as aperture, shutter speed, ISO, to obtain correct exposure as well as post processing is important to achieve and control sharpness, exposure, control noise to get the desired effect and produce appealing photographs. Balancing camera settings with post processing techniques is key to creating visually stunning images. Another is story or message. What story does the photograph tell? Does it evoke emotions or thoughts? Is there a clear subject or message? Some photographs might be technically perfect but lack a compelling story or emotion. Creativity and originality. Look for creative and unique aspects in the photograph. Has the photographer employed a creative perspective, angle, or technique is seen by the judge. Overall impact is very important. Consider the overall impact of the photograph. Does it make a strong impression? Does it stand out among the other photographs? Lastly, evaluate the overall aesthetic and visual appeal of the photograph. Does it have a compelling look and feel? Photography is a form of art and personal preferences can vary widely. What one person finds appealing, another may not. When judging photographs, it's important to be objective while also considering your own subjective preferences and biases. Different people may have different opinions about a photograph. Some people might prioritize technical perfection, while others might value emotion and story above all else. Ultimately, the judgment of a photograph should take into account both technical aspects and personal preferences. Thanks.